is Monday, November 20th, and we only have 2 days of school this week. Yes, we can do this. So, Turkey Teachers Unite. I think we can make it for 2 days. It's going to be fine. So, today on the agenda, we have Power Hour course at 8:15. We're assessing whatever our group's skill was. I'm doing place values. I've got my assessment right here from my partner teacher. And we're going to do a turkey roll and color game to pass the rest of the time away. Then tomorrow will just be some games, and I'll try to show you those tomorrow. I did not get the pilgrim hats made at all. So basically that giant paper that I brought from the art room on Thursday has been riding around in my trunk since Thursday. So I brought it back in. It's on my table over there. I'm going to be working on that throughout the day, tracing and probably letting the kids cut some of it. So I need to make 9 girl hats, because one for me, and then 12 boy hats. And I couldn't find the template when I was looking for it last week. So the boy hats will be last. That's okay though, I need a white crayon since it's black. So I'll do that sometime because our feast is tomorrow at 2. So I've got like all day today, all night technically, and then tomorrow during the day to do stuff. So I'll get it done. It'll get done. Trying to think what else we're doing. I think we're making the little turkey with the little loopy feathers that I showed you in a vlog last week. So I'll show you that. I think the kids will really like it. The only testing we're doing is for the Power Hour group. I'm not going to do any other testing this week because we only have 2 days. So we don't have spelling this week because it's only 2 days. And I'm going to finish up chapter 5, which is about fact families. And I don't honestly see the point of testing that because that's a strategy. It's a strategy of knowing related facts. So we'll do the review, which is like it's a test, but we'll do it together. So that'll be the end of that chapter, and that will be the end of this book 1. Yes! Book 2 is so much better. I'm so excited because it's like place value and double-digit addition and subtraction and shapes and measuring and all that kind of stuff. So getting more excited about teaching Go Math now. It'll be so much better after Thanksgiving. Yes, yes, yes. I'm going to run to the bathroom after I show you my outfit because I need to go to the bathroom before the kids come. So it's jeans day for today and tomorrow. I've got this sparkly hoodie thingy on again. Well, it's not really a hoodie. It's a little jacket with a hood. I showed you this on Friday. And then I've got this kind of like a, I don't know, it's a ribbed tee thing, and it has a little bit of lacy stuff on the back. But it's kind of cold, so I'm going to leave it on. This jewelry came from Walmart a long, long, long time ago. Like, we're talking probably older than my daughter, old ago. And then this ring was from probably Walmart at one time. I'm not really sure anymore. I don't have a watch because time is irrelevant, right? Yeah. And then I have my Alex Zandy pineapple bracelet. And so I'll back up and show you. I've got jeans on from Maurice's. My whole outfit's Maurice's. So I can not run over a chair. So I just got some like faded off jeans with kind of cute floppy pockets. And I've got little fake Converse. They're plaid, which are cute. And then my little shirt. Just real simple, comfortable. Can take this off if I get too warm. It's all good. I will chat with you later. Bye. Hey there. It's specials time. It's about 10:50 and my kiddos have been gone for about 20 minutes and I've been cooking along. So I got the pilgrim hats for the girls all traced and cut, and it doesn't look like a pilgrim hat right now. The kids were like, it looks like hair. I'm like, yeah, kind of. So what you do is you fold it in like this. So the back, I don't know if I can get my hands to work. The back looks like that. Kind of makes an X with the things here. You just staple this, and then look. It's a pilgrim hat. And you just hole punch here on the sides and put like, you can put ribbon, you can put yarn, you can put string. I'm just going to use some pretty yarn that we have because I have yarn all over the place. So I've got those ready for the girls. I just have to punch them and staple them. The hats, not the girls. I've got my list of kiddos with their skills from their Power Hour groups. This is their pre-assessment, whether they passed or not, and then this is the little column for their post-assessment. I'm waiting to get tests back from all of the other Power Hour teachers, but the ones that I had I've already put in here so I can know where to move them over on the grid. So when we start on Monday after Thanksgiving, we'll know what's going on. So I've got that ready. And I've also printed out my next 3 weeks. Yes, 3 weeks of lesson plans. Now I printed next week's in color, printed the other ones in black and white, just in case I need to make some changes because I don't want to ruin the color and waste it. So this would be, plus I want to take these home and look them over. This is next week's. It'll be so much prettier when it's in color. This is a really light brown because that's our gingerbread practice. So it's the color of gingerbread. Yes, I'm silly. But I love color coding. So when I get the colored ones picked up off the printer upstairs, I will show you the colored ones. But I've got all my ducks lined up here for the next 3 weeks. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Now, I can't fill in this column here because that's our new Power Hour groups. What we're going to be teaching the next, not this next time next week, but the following after the next 6 days. I think that's right. December 11th through the 20th will be our final Power Hour before Christmas. That's the one I don't know about because we haven't done anything with that yet. We're about to go into the next round on Monday, and I've already got, I know what I'm doing for that. I'm doing expanded notation and place value, and I've already got all my lessons ready. I just need to print them all. I mean, I've got, okay. They are planned. I don't have them copied and printed. Okay. So I've got lots and lots of stuff already planned out for, like I've got everything planned all the way up to December 15th. So then I only need to do the 18th and 19th basically because, well, probably that week that has 2.5 days because we get out early on the 20th, which is Wednesday. That whole little short week's going to be cray-cray because I think the 18th is our movie day. Half the school goes to the lodge and watches a movie. The other half stays here and does whatever they're doing. Then after lunch, they switch, and the group that didn't go. So that's like the whole half of your day right there. I don't know which group I'll be in because I think first grade is the split group where half of them will go in the morning and half of them will go in the afternoon. So we don't miss special class. So it's pretty cool. So all you do is like supervise in the theater. You just sit with your class and make sure they're not throwing popcorn at each other and spilling their drinks everywhere and just keep them contained and quiet so they can enjoy the movie. That's pretty fun. I don't know what the movie's going to be yet. We have watched Polar Express in the past. We've watched Rio in the past. We've watched How the Grinch Stole Christmas in the past. We've done this ever since I've been here, so this will be my 10th year. Yeah, watching a movie. Yes. So, well, I didn't get to see it last year because I was home on surgery leave. And then the first year I was here, my daughter was in 2nd grade and I was teaching 1st grade. And she got sick and did not get to go to movie day. So I didn't get to go to movie day either, which not a big deal. You don't have to make sub plans for that. You just like sit with the class and don't let them run around. Yeah. So then I think the Tuesday of that week. So Monday I think is movie day. Tuesday I think is going to be Polar Express day. So we get to wear pajamas all day and do Polar Express activities. We might get to watch the movie too. I hope. Because why not? You're not going to start something new. It's the end of the quarter too. So why would you start something new then? Yeah. I'm going to have all my testing done way before that, like the 2nd week of December done. And then Wednesday's early out, and that's breakfast with Santa. So every child, every single student in our building, all 400 of them, get to go sit on Santa's lap and tell him what they want for Christmas. And then PTA sponsors us and probably Hy-Vee, and they give us oranges. So every child gets a fresh orange. So I always make sure to bring my little Tupperware orange peeler or my Pampered Chef orange peeler, whichever I can find, because these nails don't peel oranges well. Never have. So then they can come, they just trickle down all morning after they get done with breakfast with Santa. Also, we have a school-wide sing-along that day where we sing Christmas carols together. It's really, really fun. And it's basically our day because it's a half day. We won't have Power Hour that day. We won't have Power Hour on movie day, but we probably will have it on Tuesday, which there's no point, honestly. No point. I mean, I don't know what we do. If we do have it that day, that'll be our testing day to test kids out of that group and move them to the next group after Thanksgiving. So, or after Christmas, I mean. Sorry. I've got Thanksgiving on the mind, not Christmas, but I'm planned all the way up to Christmas mostly. It's just those 3 days are iffy because I don't know what my schedule is, and so I can't really plan that because I don't know where I'm going to be when. So I've got time. That's in a month. You know, today is the 20th. Yeah. So I've got a month. I think I'm good. But I've got everything else ready, and so I know what I need to print and copy and prepare. So we're going to be doing a crap ton of stuff. Lots of fun Christmas stuff. I'm finishing up personal narratives after Christmas and getting those whipped out. I'm going to start reading testing, F&Ping, which if you watch Pocketful of Primary and you hear her say, I've F&P'd, that's exactly what I do. It's Fontes and Pinnell reading testing. It's running records. So that's an assessment that we give to find out a student's reading level, their independent reading level. We actually test all the way to their instructional level because you don't know if they can read farther than this level unless you test them to where they can't read independently anymore. So the high kids, you can test several books and it takes a while. Now we do put a cap on how far ahead we can test them. So they can only be a grade level ahead. So if grade level for second grade is like a level K for this quarter, then we cannot test our kids past a K, which I ran into last quarter with one of my lovelies. The cap was a J, which is the end of first grade, but it's also first quarter for second grade. Actually, first grade goes to an I. I always try to get my kids to a J. Anyway, so first quarter cap for first grade was a J, and that's as far as I could test her, and she could have gone way up. Our kits go up to an N, so which I think is the end of second grade, because they don't go as many levels as we do because the levels are very hard. Each level is quite an advancement in skill, so they don't move as quickly as we do. We go from a level, basically a B, all the way up to a level I, and it just increases in intensity. If you do DRAs, it's the same thing, except that you use numbers and we use letters. Like a DRA 4 is like a level C. Yeah, so it's no big deal. We use DRAs in my old district. It's the same thing. I've got all kinds of fun stuff. We got an elf application we're going to do, and we've got Santa Stuck we're going to do, and lots of gingerbread stories we're going to compare and contrast and do story elements and doing retelling. Plus I'll be throwing retesting in for first quarter to get those whipped out, and also testing for second quarter. I want all of my testing to be finished the week of the 11th of December, except for sight words. That's what I have on my plans for that week, is sight word testing. I should have everybody reading tested by then. And while I'm testing, because it's one-on-one, while I'm testing them, the other students are doing a project, which they'll really enjoy. And then when that student's done testing, they can do their project. So it'll work out great. Keeping the other kids busy while these kiddos are testing. That's the plan. And so I'll go into more detail as we get into things, because if I told you everything now, you'd be like, whoa, that's a lot. So I'll just kind of let you know as we go. And December 1st starts Vlogmas. So you'll be seeing this mug every day on your screen if you so desire. So I'll be there, whether you like me to or not. Yeah, and that's coming up super fast. Like, I cannot believe it's like next Friday. Like a week from Friday is December 1st. Crazy, crazy. Which is exciting, though. It's exciting because December is going to just be and gone. I'm excited about that. I woke up this morning, you guessed it, with a headache. Except instead of on this side, it was on this side. So they're taking turns. But I took some medicine on the way here. I ate a little bit of a Pop-Tart just so hopefully it wouldn't upset my stomach. And I drank tea. And I did not bring cappuccino today. And I didn't bring my iced coffee either. But I'm just going to have hot tea. And I could make some of my Keurig back here. I've got the means to make things. I just haven't been doing it. So I'm going to get my ducks in a row for next week because I want everything copied and organized so my life is done. My life is done. That sounded bad. No, let's try that again. I'm going to look at my plans for next week and get everything copied and organized so that everything is ready for next week. I'm going to get my newsletter ready for next week. Since I've got my lesson plans, I just have to fill in the blanks on my newsletter. And then I'll be able to send that home tomorrow because tomorrow's like our Friday. I'm so excited. This afternoon, we are going to do our Turkey Talk craftivity. I think they're really, really, really going to like that. And they keep asking me, when are we going to do our hats? When are we going to do our hats? I'm like, that's when we're going to do our hats, friends. You're going to come over and I'm going to put it on your head and put your name on it and stuff. So I think I'll just leave them. I don't know where I'm going to set them. I have to figure out a place to put them for tomorrow because we don't need them till the end of the day tomorrow. Oh, and I start having early bus duty after school today, which that's no big thing. We have a projector out in the hallway, and the early bus kids just go sit in that area of the hallway with their backpacks already on, and they watch a little snippet of like Arthur or Magic School Bus or whatever, and then we just walk on down the steps to the buses when they call us to load. So it's not very long. It's maybe 15 minutes, maybe 10. Just depends on how fast I get out there. But that won't be a big deal. I just have never used the projector, but I've heard it's the same as using your projector in the classroom. It's exactly the same thing. It's just projected on the wall instead of on the screen. So it shouldn't be a big deal. You just airplay it just like you do in your classroom. So hopefully it works well. We're going to do Making Meaning, and our lesson is going to not be a book from the Making Meaning series, but it's going to be The Great Turkey Race. So I've got that book ready to go, and plus we're going to talk about beginning, middle, and end, because some students didn't get that skill, and it doesn't hurt the other ones to review that skill. It's a great skill to have, to be able to retell a story from the beginning, middle, and end. Then for social studies today, we're going to watch on YouTube Run Turkey Run, which is a really cute story if you've never read it, because I cannot find my book. It's probably in my closet in a basket, which I can't get to right now, and I'm not going to try. I just don't have it in me to dig through stuff. And we're going to talk about story elements. So I have like a little story element page that we'll do together, because that is a skill that they will be assessed on in March, but that is something that can be tricky. And so we'll be doing that. That's the rest of our day. Our Turkey Talk Craftivity, our pilgrim hats. It's just as well that I didn't do them over the weekend because I had the wrong size paper. I had the ginormous, huge, like 12 by 18 paper, and I needed like the 11 by, I needed the 11 by 15 paper. Like the legal size paper is what I needed. I had the ginormous, humongo paper. So that was kind of silly of me. So I'm kind of glad I didn't start on them, because I would have been like, oh, this is the wrong size. It's too big. And if I could have cut them in half, but if I would have tried to do that, I think I would have gotten them crooked and it would have been a hot mess. So I basically carried that paper around in the trunk of my car from Thursday to today, and I just brought it back in. Oh well. The boys' hats are going to be different because I have to trace them, the whole thing, with a white crayon or chalk, whichever, and then cut them out. So that's what I'll be doing probably when the kids are making their turkey craft. Yep. Because the rest of it I'll have to be there in the lesson with them, doing the beginning, middle, and end, and reading the story, and also doing the story elements together with them. That's okay, because I have tomorrow too. I have tomorrow that I can do the hats. So I'm just trying to make things fun and educational at the same time. I think they'll really enjoy the stories. I think I will too. So I'll talk to you later. I'll let you know how it goes though. Today's lunch is brought to you by the makers of Easy Mac. So I have, it's Fast Mac. It's like the Best Choice brand or whatever. But it's really nice because you just cut open the packet, dump the noodles in, measure out 2/3 cup water, and microwave for 2.5 minutes, I believe. 3.5 minutes. And voila. Then the cheese packets here, you just add that in there. Cut this part off. Cheese packet. And let it sit for a little bit. And I've also got bread to make a peanut butter sandwich. So I'm going to put that away. I'm going to get ice from a cup when I go get my kids to take them to lunch. This way my macaroni and cheese can be cooling, because I have a little 10 minutes before I go get them to take them to lunch, I have an alarm on my phone to heat my lunch so it can be ready to eat when I come back. And it's just enough time to kind of do its thing. I was going to show you some. Oh yeah, completely destroyed this nail today. I looked down as I was taking my kids to the library and went, oh my gosh, like the whole corner of it was gone. And I went, didn't really want to have to mess with that. But that is why this girl brings her nail stuff to school. Just for occasions like that. So I fixed it. I got a new nail. This one has a little something I need to file off there, but it was a little big, so I filed the edges and I also filed the top. So yeah, it's got, I need to file a little bit more. It looks like I got some glue there. Anyway, that is why, oh there we go. Always come prepared, because you never know when you might have a nail emergency. Not that I couldn't have lived my life like that, but it would have driven me absolutely stark raving mad. Or more mad. Whatever. So, that looks a lot better to have 2 complete thumbnails. Now this one is a bit whiter than this one because this one has been on for a week and this has been on for like 10 minutes or something. So, but it's okay. It would be okay. After school, my poor daughter and I are going to get a crap ton of stuff at Walmart for Thanksgiving. So I may take you along for that exciting adventure. I also want to go to Dollar Tree and start getting some Advent things for her. But I don't think she'll realize they're for her. Because I get stuff for the little kids in our family too. The great nieces and nephews. And I've already kind of got an idea in my head of things I want to get for her. Because I want to make it fun. Like, we'll do activities on weekends. I think that's what I'll have her pull out of the Advent calendar is activities to do. Like making hot cocoa, making cookies, blah, blah, blah. So you have to tune into Vlogmas to see what we do every day. And what she gets every day. Because I'll have her get her thing out of the Advent calendar. I don't think you're ever too old for that. The magic of the surprise. So I hope she never stops wanting to do that. And even when she's gone out of my house, I can like send her something every day. That would be fun. All right. I got my newsletter done because, hey, it's the same thing as my lesson plans. So, something else I need to do is print out. We're doing a gingerbread review, which is a musical. Super cute. And the kids dress up as gingerbread people. And we put little pink cheeks on them and little red lips. Super fun. And the girls have bows and the boys... Oh, they also have gloves for the white. But the boys don't do anything with their hair, but just normal stuff. So I need to find my script and print out enough for everybody and then assign parts so they can start learning them over Christmas. Over Thanksgiving. Yeah. I'm already done with Thanksgiving and we're moving to Christmas and then we're going to have our big break. That's probably what I'm thinking. All right, there is my water. Okay. I think it needs another 30 seconds because it's still pretty soupy. Like, even with the cheese sauce in there, I don't think it's going to end up being macaroni and cheese. It's going to be macaroni and cheese soup. All right, let me see if I can find... So I've got my December drawer here. I should have there's all kinds of stuff in here. One of the books I was going to use. Oh, okay. I should be able to find my gingerbread script. It thinks it's done now too. I've got all kinds of stuff in here. Gingerbread things. Polar Express. I have 2 of those. Oh my goodness. I've got Christmas Around the World stuff. Alright, if I were... Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Whew, found it. Okay, now I don't have to try to bug her about stuff. Alright. Yay! Open up my packet of cheese. Oh, I didn't cut it far enough. Oops. Pull the cheesy goodness in there. And I know this is not the best for you. Definitely. Probably got MSG in it. Grab my spoon. Yep, and it's time to go get the kids. Especially when they're upstairs, it takes a little longer to get them. Let me do this. Stir, stir, stir. So it can be soaking up all the cheesy goodness. Get ready for me to eat it when I come back. And I'll go pick up my colored lesson plans. Oh, and my colored newsletter. Let me print that off. I don't think I did that yet. There. Save myself another trip. Okay, set this over here so it can kind of do its little stewy stew. Grab my peanut butter. They'll be ready to fix. And I'll go over my gingerbread stuff, get the parts ready to hand out, and I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, you would have thought I just gave my students gold because they said lunch line order, and I said, friend order. And they're like, oh, because we usually only do that on Fridays where they can sit wherever they want. I thought, it's Thanksgiving, we have 2 days. Yeah, go for it, sit where you want. And they're like, yeah, So they've kind of learned that they need to get their hinders in the spot pretty quickly or Mrs. Bond will go back to line order. So that's happened a few times and they were very sad. But you know, you gotta learn. The kitchen had some of that awesome lasagna that the church sent in for our meal last Friday. So I snagged myself a little bowl of it for tomorrow's lunch. So wahoo, I'm good for tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to eat my mac and cheese. That's probably now the perfect temperature and perfect consistency. I don't know that I want a peanut butter sandwich. I haven't put the peanut butter on the bread yet, so we'll just see. I may eat one of those later when my blood sugar plummets. That might be a good idea to save it for later. Put the bread back in there. And I got my colored newsletter picked up. And here are my colored lesson plans in their gorgeousness. Hold on, if I can get a hold of it. Oh, there's my gingerbread practice. This is a field trip to Hy-Vee to learn about the food groups. And then you can see reading groups. This next week will be our last regular week of reading groups, because then I'll start testing them. So then they'll just start taking home their books that they've read just to get more reading practice. We just won't get any new ones for a while. And then I'll give them a response journal, which I have right here. I had these copied for last year. I didn't use them, so I saved them in my little drawer, and they're ready for now. So this came from Haley Connor on TpT, and she's got one for every month. I got the whole bundle, and they're just different. You can write the names of the books on here. And then, if I can get a hold of it, there's just different things that you can do with the stories. So I will just assign a book. That will take me forever. I'll just say, work your way through this book and choose one of your books to do with this, probably. Because otherwise it's going to be a nightmare. So, yeah. They just work their way through this. So we'll be doing, I'll assign them 1 page a day to do with their reading so that they just aren't fluffing around. And it's got things in it like retelling and sequencing the story, which is basically retelling. Story elements, which they will know how to do by then. And just random skills that they need more practice on. I think I will just sit here, look over my plans and see what I need to print. And be ready for next week. So I'll chat with you later. Hi, my kids are at recess, and we listened to and watched the story, The Great Turkey Race, about the 3 turkeys who are living on the farm, and the farmer is like, how am I going to pick the turkey for Thanksgiving? And they're like, oh, let's have a contest. And so they set up this race for the turkeys. Sorry, I did not get to finish my macaroni and cheese earlier, so I'm going to heat it up real fast and eat it while the kids are finishing up recess. Anyway, so it was a cute story, and I used it for the kids to practice retelling beginning, middle, and end with a partner. So they turned and talked to each other to retell the story. And I just gave myself a paper cut right in my thumb because I got some sentence strips out, and I went like that, and got a paper cut. One of the hazards of the job, I guess. And I also have whiteout on my fingers because I was looking through my gingerbread stuff and I realized that I had written names on the original copy. Smart. So I found another copy after I got all the whiteout everywhere. But that's okay. It's fixed for next time. So I've run my copies for that have the speaking parts and also have the singing parts. And I should have waited till I wrote the speaking parts down. But whatever. I'll get it figured out. Anyway. The students made their turkey tot craft, and it was really, really cute. The first thing I had them do was to get the writing paper and to be speaking like the turkey. So you are speaking like you're the turkey. Why should someone not eat you for Thanksgiving? Make someone not want to eat you. And so some of the things they came up with were just stinking hilarious. So I will have to share some of those with you. I would like to put them out in the hallway, but I'd also like to send them home so their families can see them. So I'm kind of torn. I'm not sure what to do. Anyway, so it turned out really, really cute. There's only one person that did not finish, and that's the person that tends to not finish things. So I got my pilgrim hats almost completely done. The girls' hats are completely finished, the bonnets. I've got the boys' hats completely cut out, and the buckles are cut out. I just need to glue the buckles on, and then attach the hats to sentence strips, and then fix the strips to the kids' heads, and then mark which kid is which hat so that they have the right hat when it comes time for feasting tomorrow. So I'll probably do that in the morning. I'm going to probably after school glue the buckles on. After I dismiss them to their buses, then I will come back in here and finish the hats and just stack them up, because I don't like having, right now it's scattered all across my table. I hate it. We finished book 1 of Go Math. Yes! I tore out the pages that we used and also the ones we didn't use. I left like the glossary and things like that in the actual covers of the book, and I told the students they could take it home or they could recycle it. Their choice, it's their book. Most of them wanted to take it home, which was cool. So we're done with book 1, and I've got book 2 out. They've been sitting like this in my file cabinet, like sitting on end on the, well, like on the side. Like the book normally goes like this. I had them like this, stacked through a file drawer, and they got a little wobbly. So they're in stacks of 10 right now, so they can flatten a little bit because they're kind of right now. They can just sit like that until whenever. We don't need them till Monday. We'll start chapter 6. Woohoo! I'm still having trouble playing anything YouTube or basically anything, Go Noodle, anything off of my computer on my screen. So I'm using my iPad. So I'm not sure. I think I'll be able to still do that in the hallway with my iPad. I think it'll still work. So we'll see how that goes. I think I may just show them the stories that my kids watch because they're really cute. So like the Great Turkey Race, and there's also, I think that has 3 books in this series. There's a Great Turkey Rescue, and then there's the Great Turkey Escape or something. So I may put turkey stories on. That would be cute. Hopefully I can get it to work. So I'm going to snarf down my macaroni and cheese in about 2 seconds and then go get my class. And then we're going to read Run Turkey Run and do a story element page together. Or I'm able to project like documents, but I'm not able to show like YouTube things. So I'm not sure what's up with that. Oh, I think I found it. Yay. So excited. All right. I made a whole bunch of copies over lunch. Run Turkey Run story map. It has characters, setting, problem, and solution. So I will actually physically read that one, and we'll talk about it, and then it'll be just about time to pack and go home. So I'll catch you later. Good afternoon. It's about 3:30. I got finished with my early bus dismissal duty and came back in the room and figured out my gingerbread speaking parts. So those are all ready. The last of them are copying right now because I want to send them home tomorrow with the students so they can begin practicing and learning their lines. I will also have a copy of them at school that will stay at school because I've learned from experience that they don't remember to bring it back and then they can't find it again. So we'll be in good shape there. I think I told you earlier that I got all the pilgrim hats done. And I don't know if I mentioned I did finish the boys' hats and I got them stapled to the sentence strips and I put their names on them. And all but 2 of my boys I've already measured and stapled, so it's ready to go. 2 of the boys went to reading, so I wasn't able to staple their heads. So I just need to measure them tomorrow sometime. Our feast is not until 2, so I have theoretically all day to do it. I'm putting in the rest of my data from the assessments that were given today for Power Hour, so I can see which my students are going to move on and which are going to stay in the same group and figure out what I'm doing with my life. So that will be good. I've got it printed out because I can't switch from this screen to the Google screen without boggling my eyes out. I'll have to look at my little printy out things here because it's not so simple as if they pass, they move to the next thing. You have to look at the 3 assessments that we gave, and because some of them like passed the middle one, but they didn't pass this one, so they had to do this group. But they don't need to go to the next group because they've already passed that test, so they can skip that group and go to the next one. So that's where the confusing part is. So that's what I'll be doing right now. I'm not sure where this lady thought she was putting people, but okay. I don't know. I will be moving people over. So yes, indeed. That will be my next order of business. And then my daughter should be here in just about 5 or so minutes, I think. Anyway, we have so much stuff to get at the grocery store tonight, Walmart, and possibly Target. I don't know if I'm going to make it to all of my stops because my head is pounding. I'm going to take some more medicine. I'll get that out right now. Okay. I'm going to try to get these people inputted. I'm going to input these children's names and see how it goes. So I might check back with you, and this might be the end. We shall see. Good morning. Happy Fake Friday. At least it is for me because this is our last day of the school week. Because at 3:45 today begins my Thanksgiving break. Yay! 5 days off. 5 glorious days of no alarm. And not having to be anywhere really any particular time except for possibly my mother-in-law's house on Saturday for our Thanksgiving with them. But that's not super early, so I can do that. Let me show you my outfit real quick because the kids will be coming soon because I got here kind of under the wire. I brought some donuts to celebrate our last day before break and also to celebrate our Power Hour kids moving on. I only have 8 kids, so they're going to get half a donut because that's plenty. And we're going to have our feast today, so I don't want them to explode later. I am wearing a sweater from Maurice's, a little tank from Target, the Massimo brand, a necklace from Maurice's, earrings from Maurice's, rings from Old Navy, and no arm candy. And then I've got brown boots from Maurice's and skinny jeans from Maurice's. Let me back up and show you what I got. It's just a very comfortable, flowy kind of sweater with a hood that I don't think anybody would ever wear, but you know, it's just there. The high today is like 54 or something, so it's a little cooler today. Yesterday was like a high of 62, so it's gradually getting colder. Tomorrow's supposed to be a high of 44, so it's feeling more like winter-ish temperatures. We're in fall for sure. It's starting to get much colder at night, and things are starting to freeze sometimes, so winter is a-comin'. But I'm excited to get this day going so we can end, so I can go home and enjoy my relaxation. So, I will talk to you later. Oh, what did he say? Is.
Pick a card. Is it in time to sun? Is it the sun?
I think it is time to read another word.
Hold on.
You got a whole pile, didn't you?
Because it is. Time to.
Of.
Hey, that's what I got.
Woohoo! 2 ofs.
It's right here. Pick a mine. Pick a mine.
Oh, it's looking good. Look at all your colors. Those are cool. I like them.
I'm coloring
All right.
my turkey.
You are? Cool. Okay, let's go for it.
Oh, my turkey?
Yep.
Hey.
Hey. Yep.
What?
You find A on there, buddy?
We just had green, so I would have had blue.
Only you. Yes, you do.
Yeah, me too.
You do too.
I need it.
We're crazy rhymers, aren't we?
I need it.
Oh, okay, do another one, babe.
That's what I got.
We got bonus extras that we don't need, huh?
It's probably gonna be. Oh yeah. What is it?
It. That's a good one. Turkey.
Turkey.
Okay. Are you gonna do these or these?
Both.
Okay, go for it.
It is that it.
Good.
A of is it.
Awesome. Oh, yay. Ooh, we got a whole table full of turkeys. All right, first turkey, what you got?
All right. Of a that you are.
Got it. Second turkey, what you got?
Of a that you are.
Awesome. All right, third turkey, what you got?
Of a that you are.
Awesome. Okay, turkey number 4, what you got?
Of a that you and that you and of.
Yes. Good job, turkey. Good afternoon. My kids are at recess right now, and I'm getting ready to cut up some cheese and some summer sausage for our feast because it's getting down to that time. So I'll try to get a picture of my lovelies with their hats on, and maybe I'll just like blur out the faces with their picture See what I can do. See how techie I can be. But we're going to have, we've got diced pears, summer sausage, cheddar cheese, carrots, pretzels, goldfish, juice boxes, which I forgot to take next door. Goodness, I can't get this open. What else have I brought? I don't know, pickles, turkey, lunch meat. There we go. My sharp knife. Okay, cut up some cheese slices here. I'm not sure what else, but we share with our buddy class across the hall, and so they brought things too, and it's a sharing feast. So they are the Native Americans, the Wampanoags, and we are the Separatists, the Pilgrims. So that's going to be awesome. My families were very generous, and I don't know if I mentioned this before, but our PTA puts up a Christmas tree for every grade level in the main hallway by the office so that visitors, when they come in, will see it. And each classroom makes ornaments for each child makes ornaments in each classroom. So we have 8 kindergartens, 7 first grades, and 7 second grades that, oh darn, that was messed up. Quality control. Plus I didn't really have lunch because I figured I'd just eat a little snacky stuff here. Anyway, every kid makes an ornament to put on their tree. And I just went, oh, that's coming up very soon. I sent an email out the other night asking if people would bring supplies in. And I've already got everything I need, I think. I went and got a new glue gun because mine just bit the dust. Do your glue guns do that? Like, mine will be doing great, and then the glue stick, like the little tube thing, will get stuck in the glue gun, and I can't get it out. And then it ruins the glue gun because you can't use it after that. Like, I can't dislodge it. And when you do dislodge it, it doesn't work anymore. So I don't know what the deal is with that. It's very strange. But I only buy like the $10 ones. I don't buy the really super fancy ones. Maybe that's why. But for my crafting purposes, I don't need a super fancy, expensive glue gun. There is something cool I found at Walmart last night, though. And I apologize for not filming my Walmart run last night, but really it was crazy town at Walmart because everybody's getting ready for their Thanksgiving. And so, I mean, it wasn't wall-to-wall people like it will be when Christmas is in full swing. But it was enough to drive me bonkers. And I just wanted out of there. I wanted to get my stuff and get done. So, yeah. That was super fun. But, oh, I was saying that I found a glue gun, like, pen. And I went, oh, that's pretty cool. Never seen one of those before. So you just hold it like this, and there's like a trigger, and you can like be more precise with your glue string. So I'm like, oh, I was very tempted to get that, but I don't know. I didn't know if it would hold up as well as the glue gun, although my track record is not that great with the glue gun, so could have been worse. There's my cheese tray. Look at that fancy. I don't know if you can really see it that well, but my cheese tray. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to cut up that next thing of cheese or not. I might. Why not? Go big or go home, right? Oh, good gravy. I don't have that much time. These little chitlins will be coming in and one food. And yes, I have the early bus riders again. Yippee skippy. Yeah. And Fridays, they don't sit out there very long, but regular weekdays, like Monday through Thursday, they do sit out there for quite a while. So, but at least I think I'll be able to get the projector job to work this time. I've already got something picked out on my iPad, so hopefully that will work well. We'll see. These work. I tried to find a Thanksgiving kind of deal. Aren't a lot of freebies. We might just be watching just a random thing on PBS, like an Arthur, just a random Arthur. There is an Arthur's Thanksgiving, but apparently that's like gold or something because I could not find a free version of that when I was looking earlier. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It just means I didn't find it. The one I did find was like a, I don't know, it wasn't like the Arthur show. It was like the bunny that's Arthur's friend, is it Buster, was like doing a man on the street interview type thing, and I'm like, oh, the kids will be bored to death with that, so let's not do that. We need action, man. We need lots of action. So I'm not sure how that would go over. I did find a Franklin's Thanksgiving, so we might watch that. They would like that. Okay, got my other block of cheese cut up here. I should just do 2 plates of cheese because we're going to have like 40 students scrambling for cheese. And then I need to cut up some of the meat. Yep. That tool will be good. All right, let's try to make this. Some of these are really small. I'll just get rid of those. The classes that are next to us are having their feast right now. I can hear them out there. They have like a banquet table kind of set up. That looks pretty good. And they need to take over the carrots. It looks pretty good. All right. I will take this over and come back and cut up meat. All right, my door's open, so this might be a little scary. Let me cut up this smaller one first. Well, it's shorter, but it's not really smaller around. All right. Oh, here we go. I have a very small knife for this job. Cutting these in half. These are ginormous for small kiddos. I need to pull the wrapper off. Hey there. It's 5 o'clock and I'm home. And I'm officially on Thanksgiving break. Yes. My daughter is out on a date with her boyfriend because they're going to like the early show because they have specials on Tuesdays. So they're going to have a date night. And I'm just sitting here waiting for my hubby to come home in about close to an hour. And I worked my Heiner off today, people. My Heiner. Because I did not want to have anything waiting for me when I came back on Monday. All day long, I felt like it was Friday. It was so weird. I think I did enough work for 3 days worth, let me tell you. I feel like it was a Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday all rolled up into a Tuesday. It was very strange. Like, I never really got exactly. Till I got to the end of the day, I went, wow, you know, it's not Friday. I had to treat it like a Friday, though. Super short weeks are awesome, but they're also very stressful because you still have the same amount of stuff to do to get ready for the next week, but much less time to do it in. So, yeah, it was weird. I got an awesome picture of my class in their wonderful Thanksgiving hats, and I will try to insert it here. And I also got a few pictures of our feast. They thoroughly enjoyed their feast. There was so much food, and I told the students before we ever started, please don't eat a whole ton because you will have supper later too. Don't stuff yourself. I don't want you to be like, ugh, when you get to the bus because then you'll be miserable. You can eat little bits and be good. This is like a snack. It's not a meal. And then one of my students made a really, really poor behavior choice, and I just was so disappointed. And I had a discussion with the student and went, I don't know why you would even think to do that. I'm very sad and very embarrassed that you would do that. And I kind of left it at that. So that was kind of a sad ending to our day. I had early bus dismissal today. That dang projector. I don't know if it's the projector or if it's my devices. I just don't see how it could be both of my devices though, my iPad and my computer. But I'm having a lot of trouble with my AirPlay. I think I've mentioned that on other days that I've videoed, that it just randomly will shut off in the middle of whatever we're doing. And my students have learned to be like, oh, and they just wait a second. And then I turn it back on. We just get kicked off all the time. And it was happening again during the early bus time, which was so frustrating because I wish you could have just seen that. Some of my birthday balloons are still hanging around from September, and Onyx, the black youngest cat of our family, just literally went running through the living room, trailing those balloons. And the yellow cat was following her, Pikachu. It was really strange. It was a bizarre happening. You never know what you're going to have when you got cats and kids. They are two very unknown quantities. Anything is possible. Okay, so that was random. So yeah, the feast went well. Kids stuffed themselves. A lot of kids probably aren't going to want to have supper tonight. Sorry, parents. Tried to tell them. But they did eat healthy food. We didn't have any junk. We had goldfish and whole wheat crackers and pickles and carrots and turkey breast and summer sausage and cheddar cheese and apples and bananas and pears. And I want to say there was another fruit. We didn't have any grapes this year. I was kind of wanting grapes. I was kind of bummed that there were no grapes. No grapes. Lots of pretzels. That was about it. Just scads of all of that. Imagine that multiplied by 10. Lots and lots and lots and lots. So we're going to have a lot of that left over. I'm trying to think if there's... I think the last time I talked to you was when I was cutting up the cheese for the feast. After that, I cut up summer sausage, and I only cut up one of them, the smaller one, and there was still a little bit left over. So that's just as well that I didn't cut the big long one. We have one that's like this long, I think. And so I thought, well, maybe we could use that for our Christmas party. That'd be good. Yeah. I like to give them like little snacky things for the Christmas party rather than here's a giant cupcake and here's 10,000 cookies and here's a candy bar and here, kind of give them little things that aren't going to be terribly bad for them. And yeah, not really a whole bunch else happened today. I let them do ketchup and pickles time, and that was really good. They really enjoyed that. And we played a turkey roll and cover game, and we played the candy corn math game because they just don't care that it's not October anymore. They also don't care. But I did tell them that I have new games for them to play when they come back from Thanksgiving. So I've got that. I don't know if I showed you, but I think I did. But I don't know. I told you last week that I brought home math mats to laminate and take back to school, which I did. I did it Friday night. Yes, I did. I just got right on there and got them all laminated. And I was smart, and I put them back to back. So it's 2 game boards in one. 1 sheet of lamination, no waiting. So 2 games in one. So one side is the Fox roll and cover. And the other side is... I think it's a snowman game. So they're wintry, not Christmassy. So I'll probably print out some Christmassy mats, like reindeer and maybe Santa Claus or something, and put them back to back. And then I'll only use like 22 sheets of lamination instead of 44 sheets of lamination. I always try to have extra boards. Even though I only have 20 students, I have had 21 in the past. And I never want to be short a board because what are you going to do? Here, let me get you a paper board. Who wants to have the paperboard? Yeah. And every once in a while, something untoward happens to your board, and you go, that one's going in the trash. Because who knows? And you don't want to know sometimes. You just go, nope, don't really care why or what. Just throw it away. I've never really had that happen because I really stress to them the importance of being really respectful with our school tools, because that is a math tool. The game materials are math tools. And if they're not going to be responsible with them, we just won't play games anymore. And then they just kind of go, I'm like, because, if you're not going to be nice to them, why would I get them out again? Because Mrs. Bond spends a lot of time putting these together for you, friends. They're like, oh. And I even tell them the whole process. I have to find the game. I have to, lots of times, buy the game. Then I have to print all of these out. How many of you are there? Oh, yes, we have to print that many out because each of you need your own mat to play this game. Then Mrs. Bond sits in her pajamas on the couch and laminates for an hour to get them all run through and then brings them back to school. So a lot of work and effort goes into making these games. And if you're not going to be nice to them, we just won't have them anymore. And I've really never had a problem with anybody tearing anything up. But I have never had any huge behavior issues in my classroom. Like I know there are some students that have like behavior disorders. I've never really had any students like that. So I've been fortunate, I guess. So it's never been a problem as of yet. Now that I've said that, I'll probably get somebody at Christmas time. Merry Christmas to me. I just jinxed myself. Let's hope not. So, yes, I've got that coming up next week. And I have one of the things I did today that I just really got in there and wanted to get it done before I left was making sure I had all of my RTI materials, my math intervention, we call it power hour. It's not an hour. I don't know why they called it that. That's a whole other story. Anyway, the next group starts on Monday, and I am doing the group that is expanded notation on place value, which apparently I wasn't paying attention, didn't realize that was the next group because the group that I just had, which was place value, I already did that with them. So those kids that pass the place value group with me are going to move up with me to expanded notation, which should be no thing because I already taught them that. So maybe we'll do, like we just do 2 digits. We do the 10s and the 1s. Maybe I'll go ahead and go into the 100s just to give them a little more enrichment. Then the group they go into after expanded notation is greater than, less than, equal to. So, and we've already played a game that kind of introduces them to that too. So my kids are going to be just flying high. So anyway, I have a new teaching partner for this group. And she's a para, so she doesn't need to plan the stuff. The classroom teachers are supposed to plan for whatever group that they're doing, and then whatever teachers are teaching with them. If you're teaching with another classroom teacher, that other classroom teacher plans whatever activities they want to use. But if you're teaching with a para, you are expected to just basically plan the group and then make sure that that other person has the materials to do the things that you're doing. So you just make double of everything, basically. I got everything done, all 6 days worth. Found, printed, copied, cut apart, bagged, and organized in the order that they're going to be taught. Yes, I did. So I have a basket. Well, that did not sound good. I'll go see what happened there. Okay, the big bang that you heard was my lovely cats knocking over part of my table centerpiece. Nothing was broken, but they knocked one of the candles out of my little candle display, and that was what the horrid sound was. Thankfully, everything's fine. I just moved the little rocks around and stuck it back in its little hole, and it's good. But I firmly chastised them and asked them not to do that again. Yes, I'm sure they'll comply with my wishes, because they always do. Just like children. They're perfect. You tell them once and they're done. Said no teacher ever. Anyway, so I was talking about planning my groups for RTI. So for 6 days, we will have this group up until like the 11th, I think. Something like that. I don't know. We have them 2 days next week because we have field trips. I'm so excited. Yes. 4 classes are going to Hy-Vee on Tuesday next week. So, darn, no RTI time. Then the other 3 classes are going on Wednesday of next week. So, no RTI time again. 2 days of no RTI time. Yes. And one of those days, I don't have a field trip during that time, so I can actually do something else during that time. Yes, I'm not going to know what to do with myself. I'm going to have so much time on my hands. Oh my gosh. We can accomplish things. Whew. So we just have RTI time on Monday and Thursday. So I only had to have 2 things ready for that week. Then we have 4 days the following week, which is what, the 4th through the 8th? Yeah. And the 8th we're going to test. Yeah. And I've already got the test prepared for that. Yes. Because I was the original place value test maker. So I just added on the expanded notation to it. And so that's all good to go. Already printed. I've got sticky notes slapped on everything. I got everything in my little Power Hour tub or basket, whatever you want to call it. Receptacle. So heaven forbid if something happened to me and I wasn't able to get there, I was dying of some plague or something, or a student sneezed on me and gave me some kind of leprosy or something, then the substitute would know where to find my materials. So that's all good. I told you that we finished book 1 of Go Math yesterday, and I grabbed out book 2 out of my file cabinet. I told you they were all kind of going because they'd been standing on end for we were told, do it. So I went, okay. Tears, anger, all of the emotions that you can feel when you really don't want to do something because it's not best for kids. But you're told to do it anyway, so you go, okay. And you develop a permanent twitch in your right eye that won't go away until break. Anyway, I'm okay with it. I've almost come to terms with it. It's November. I'm getting there. Thank the Lord that we're in book 2 now. So all those strategies that Go Math deems so incredibly important and life-changing that are so flippin' confusing and frustrating and tear-producing are over. Because addition and subtraction was book 1. Now we're going to be doing like place value, 120 chart, double-digit addition and subtraction, telling time, measuring in centimeters and inches. Geometry. So we do 2D and 3D shapes, and we do fractions, which that's my jam. I love all that stuff. So hopefully I can pull in some of my awesome sauce activities during my extended learning time, which was Mrs. Bond's way of being sane through math time. Yes, when I decided to make those schedule changes, like I talked about, 2 weeks ago now? Oh my goodness. Life-changing. Not even kidding. Life-changing, friends. A few little tweaks here and there, and I can live with myself. The kids are liking math again. Because there's an end in sight. They're not so much jaded about the workbooks like I am, and I try not to push that off on them because they really don't have a lot of experience with workbooks at the age of 6 yet. And really, they shouldn't. They should not have experience with workbooks at the age of 6. It saddens me to no end. I know when I was in school, everything was a workbook. Everything was a workbook. Get out your workbook for English. Get out your workbook for social studies. Get out your workbook for science. Practically had a workbook for PE, for all I know. But, my goodness. For math, you really shouldn't have a workbook. But we do. Anyway, so they know that when we get to a certain point in a lesson through the workbook pages that we're done. And then they get to do one of the extended learning activities, depending on what day it is. So that has saved me. Also, having snack at the beginning of math time has saved me. Also, doing a fact page and going to the bathroom in groups has saved me. So I've learned I'm still doing all the same things I was doing, but I've streamlined the time that it takes. And I really think a lot of it has to do with the kids just being faster, honestly. A lot of it has to do with them being faster at doing the problems in their workbook. Some of it has to do with I've been like on them about the talking, just like, no, we can't be talking. No, you can't be talking. And I've just told them, look, guys, you're talking all our time away for extended learning time. And they're like, and they know what that means because I call it that all the time. And now, kids can learn whatever vocabulary you teach them. You teach them onomatopoeia, they know what onomatopoeia is. So I don't like to hear anybody say, oh, they're too young for that. No, they're not. No, they're not. I'm sorry, but I feel like it's like, no, you're too lazy to teach them that. That's what it boils down to. Sorry if I just stepped on some toes. I really don't like to hear, oh, they're too young for that. They're not too young to learn vocabulary. They might not understand some of the concepts of things. Like I have said, oh my gosh, these kids are too young for some of these math concepts. That is true because it's a higher level thinking skill. They're not developmentally able to think like that at this age. Not when their numbers are not concrete yet. Those are later learned skills, 3rd, 4th grade. You can't expect a 1st grader to be the same mathematically as a 3rd grader. You just can't. They don't have the experience. They don't have the number sense. They don't have the skills to do some of that stuff. That has been my struggle this whole time of Go Math. That's my biggest thing. I was talking about restructuring my lessons. That's what it was. And that just made all the difference in the world. And I'm able to fit things in that I wasn't able to fit in before. Because things were just taking too long before. Like the math was taking way too long. And then the longer something takes, the less you have them. Like they're just, there goes that kid. Oh, there goes that. Oh, lost him. Oh, she's not paying attention anymore. I mean, you just see them, like mentally dropping like flies. So you need to just get in there with a focused lesson. Get in there, get it done, get out. Get in, get out. It's kind of like the building's on fire and you got to whip through there as fast as you can. It really works. It does. It does. Yeah, I'm very thankful that I changed things and didn't wait till January or whatever, some magical time to change things. Like there's no magical time. Change stuff when you need to change it. My goodness, don't be so stuck that you're like, well, it's the middle of the quarter. I can't change it now. Heck, you can. My gosh, I'm living proof. Please change it. Try it. What's the worst that can happen? It doesn't make any difference. Fine. Go back to the way you did it before. But holy cow, this has changed everything for us. It's amazing. A few little tweaks here and there. We're still doing everything, but now we're doing even more. That's the crazy thing. I took time away. I took a half hour out of our math time, and we're still doing everything and more. We're just more focused. What it boils down to is we are no longer wasting our time. It is productive time, not wasted time. That's the secret. We got a cat parade going on right at my feet. How cool. They're crazy. It's funky time, apparently. It's almost feeding time, so they're getting kind of weird. Or weirder. They're cats. Kind of weirder. Those of you that didn't work today, yay, I hope you relaxed and had a great time. Hope you're enjoying time with friends and family and rejuvenating and amping up for the Christmas craze. As a matter of fact, I was just watching a Jeremy Michael book. He's another first grade teacher. I don't know for sure where he teaches because I haven't watched enough of his vlogs to see. I'm really loving him. I like his vlogging style. I like his little snippets of out of the classroom and stuff, like his little driving scenes and his stopping at this place and that place and stuff. And I've gotten some really cool ideas from him. So it's really cool to find another firstie teacher out there, especially a male firstie teacher, because let's face it, he has a little bit different perspective than us girls. And it's cool because we're all coming at life from different angles anyway. But then if you get the other perspective of life from the male point of view, you might get some insight into how some of these little people tick a little better, because maybe he can relate to the boys better. I don't know. So I'm really enjoying Jeremy Michael Book's channel after all that yabberty. So if you have not checked him out, you should totally check him out. Jeremy Michael Book. It's M-I-C-H-E-L book. Like, open it up and read it. Book. Firstie teacher. I've been watching him as I get ready for school in the morning. Like after I get out of the shower and I'm like, after I've done my blow drying and I'm putting my makeup and stuff on, getting dressed and things, I watch him, and he's very, very fun to watch and very interesting, and has quite a variety of things that he talks about, which is really cool. And he's an animal lover, so he's good in my book just right there. And I've seen him cleaning on his vlogs. I'm like, you are welcome to come to my house, friend. You are welcome, because my house needs help already. Yes, because I'm losing the battle. I'm losing the battle. I got her all in tip-top shape over the summer, and she's going downhill. She is. And this captain is not going down with the ship. Sorry, it's not going to happen. Yeah. So I have two other humanoid people that really need to be jumping in and helping this captain sail this ship a little better. And I've already kind of put those bugs in their ears, so we'll see. So, what are your plans for Thanksgiving? Are you all going out of town? Are you hanging out at your house? I'm not sure if I'm going to vlog our Thanksgiving or not, because actual Thanksgiving Day will be here in the house with just the three of us peeps. Hubby, me, and daughter. Baby bear, mama bear, papa bear, and all the kitties. I went to Walmart yesterday, as I mentioned, and got turkey and all the fixins. And we'll be doing our own little Thanksgiving thingy on Thursday. And then Saturday is a big family thing with my husband's side of the family, because they all live around here. My family lives all everywhere else, way far away. So I don't see them very often. Like, they live in Texas and Iowa and Washington and I don't even know where else, Kansas City, all over the place. But his family, my husband's family, lives basically in this area, within 30 miles of each other. Except for, there are a few little outliers, but most of them are right here, homegrown, and they stay planted. So that's going to be Saturday at my mother-in-law's house. So the big turkey day will be then. So we'll just do our little, I just got a little turkey breast, like probably a 2-pounder. And we'll do mashed potatoes and gravy and sweet potatoes and all the stuff. Just a smaller amount of it. Because there's only 3 of us and only 2 of us eat meat. So didn't need a giant thing of turkey. Caitlin's never been a big turkey eater anyway. So this is not really any different than any other time. Yeah, so when I was a kid, we always used to go out of town all the time for the big holidays. But now we don't do it. Because my husband doesn't have any time off. He doesn't even get Good Friday. He doesn't get Black Friday off. He's only off on Thanksgiving. So for us to travel, he would have to take a lot of time off. So it just doesn't work out well for us to do that anymore. But yeah, so I'd love to hear what you're doing for Thanksgiving, or what you did for Thanksgiving, since this will probably be up after Thanksgiving. I think that's probably enough rambling for one day. I'm not sure if I'm going to vlog Thanksgiving or not. We'll just have to see if there's anything interesting to show you. I don't think you really want to see me preparing turkey breast and yada yada, everything, because it's just kind of boring. Tomorrow I plan to be in my pajamas pretty much all day long, relaxing, catching up on YouTube people that I've lost in the mix, and probably watching some shows on the DVR or on demand that I've lost touch with also, and sleeping and drinking lots and lots of water and just kind of enjoying my time off because I have my lesson plans made all the way up to Christmas week. Yes, I do. I hope you had a fabulous Thanksgiving, and I hope you had lots of rest and relaxation and wonderful family time, and you are rejuvenated and ready for the Christmas crazy that is about to begin. But it is the most wonderful time of the year for so many reasons, but mostly because Jesus is the reason for the season. And everything's magical and wonderful at Christmas time. So I hope you have a fantastic family time, and I will talk to you next time.